Um, couple of things. I just noticed the other day, I have DuckDuckGo for my search engine, but I
Mhm.
didn't think I had it for my browser. And I somehow accidentally got it for my browser, and I don't think I want it to be my browser, do I?
It's up to you if you want to use it for your browser. It doesn't hurt to use it for your browser. Our pastor Eric uses DuckDuckGo for a browser, and I was like, oh, I didn't know DuckDuckGo had a browser.
Well,
Um,
I'm what surprises me is that how I get onto my browser, I have it on the bar that you just click on it once. I have Google Chrome. And when
mhm.
I click on the Google Chrome icon or whatever, I get DuckDuckGo. I didn't realize that until, I mean, it used to be that DuckDuckGo came up with a place to search it on the main page, but the URL line was just not, I guess it was Chrome. And so when all of a sudden, and so what I could do is I could either search it or I could type if I knew the URL, I always typed it up in the top. And the other day when I did that and it went to it and it was a government site, it went through it through DuckDuckGo, and I'm thinking, what on earth? Why? And but yet all my bookmarks that are there that were originally not DuckDuckGo don't convert to DuckDuckGo.
Mm.
So I don't know. Is there
Is it
any, what do you
is
think?
it this computer you're on, or is it the one
Well,
upstairs?
it's the one upstairs. I don't know if, no, I guess it didn't do that on this computer. Oh, well, that's right, because I don't know if I even have DuckDuckGo on this one because I have Avast for,
Mm-hmm.
is that my search engine? No, I don't know. Um, I could try it, except that I mess you up. No, I guess it must only be on the one upstairs. Um, but isn't there a way to say how to make what I want to be my browser? Is it under
Yep.
settings or something?
So let me open up my computer, my screen. So desktop. So you open this Chrome icon, yes?
Yes,
And you get, when you click on it, you don't get Google, you get DuckDuckGo. And DuckDuckGo, you see the little duck icon
right.
here? Yes?
Yeah, I get the search engine is DuckDuckGo, and up in the URL it's now DuckDuckGo's little duck too also, and I don't want it that anymore.
Okay. So what you want to do is you want to, under these three dots, go down to settings.
Right.
And we want to go to search engine. So mine is Google on Chrome, and you want to change that. So you can choose
Oh, okay.
which one you want. So
Okay.
yours is probably listed right now as DuckDuckGo. So if
Yeah.
I now open this, you can see DuckDuckGo is the one that pops up as
Yeah.
for Google.
Um, well, except it doesn't up in your URL yet, right? That's not a duck
Oh,
up
let's
there.
try when I type something,
Oh,
little
okay.
duck icon now.
Yeah. I see. Okay.
But if I change this to Bing, set as default,
When you start typing, it'll be binged.
it's now Bing.
Okay. All right. I can think I'd do that. Um, I had another question, and my, of course, granddaughter fixed it for me. I was trying to figure out how to get my photos that were on my computer from a long time ago from a camera into my Google Photos.
Mm.
And she wisely said, well, you go to Google Photos and say import them. That worked.
Yay.
I was trying to do a copy and paste somehow, and that didn't work.
Grandchildren are the best for
I
that.
know. Oh my gosh.
Jean, you're muted.
How old is your granddaughter?
She's 18. She's the
Okay.
youngest is 18,
I was wondering if she was 10 or something like
Well, she's
that.
been doing it since she was 10. She's I must say. But yeah, no, um, yes.
Um, Speaking of search engines and things, I don't know if you saw in the news that they've there was a lawsuit with Google and they've now declared Google a monopoly on search engines. So they're
Saw
going to try
that.
to
Hmm.
break things up with that. So,
So what does that mean?
well, it's too early to tell what they've decided to do and the ripple effects of it. But I know um, I saw something recently that ChatGPT might be buying Chrome. Um, so we'll see what happens. It's again too early to see, but they'll probably no longer have defaults for Google on certain platforms because of that. They want people to try different browsers or different search engines, like Nancy was doing with DuckDuckGo. So,
Yeah,
well,
I do love it because like when I'm looking at something and then it just says ad here, ad was here, ad was here. And so I don't see any of those ads when I scroll through something. So that's nice.
mm-hmm. Yep. Other comments, questions, concerns?
Oh, I looked at the homework that you had us do,
Mm-hmm.
picked up one or two flags for me anyway.
Okay, if you guys want to dive into that, here's the one of them. Wh- What are the red flags for you?
Well, I just happen to know she doesn't sign her communications pastor Leah with the last name.
Mm-hmm.
Usually it's just Leah. And peace and love is not a tagline that she normally uses.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Correct. Both. Anything else seem fishy to you? Would you think that read this and think this is Leah?
No, no,
Not.
well, personally, I would think, why is she asking me out of
Mm-hmm.
all the people that belong to the church?
Mm-hmm.
The discreetly part is kind of a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, going into a meeting, so I can't, you can't call me because I'm going to be in a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So, but,
Good point.
Yep. All of them are good points. I think that's pretty much this. This is something you probably wouldn't know unless you had Leah's number already saved in your phone, but she still has a zip code from or Oklahoma. So she does not have a 484 number either.
Oh,
Um so but if you've never seen her cell phone number, that wouldn't be a red flag, but for me that was one of the first because I already have her number in my contacts. This particular person that got that one has Leah's number already saved in their phone, so that was another red flag for that victim. But we can go through the person that actually went through this. So we went through that first one. Um, so when the person responded, um, what's what red flags do you see with the gift cards stuff?
oh, jeez.
like, what if she really needed it, she could ask the staff
Mm-hmm.
if it was a real thing.
Yep. 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 We also don't use the term shut-ins anymore. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
That
Oh, that's a good catch.
Yeah.
You know, homebound maybe, but again, why would she be texting a congregant for this kind of thing?
And why would they need gift cards? They might need groceries, you
Yeah.
know, maybe, hey, would you take them some milk and bread?
Yes, yes, or companionship more than, yeah.
Well,
Good luck.
admitting to ignorance, what is used now instead of shut in?
Um, so homebound is
Ah,
one.
I like,
Um,
it is much better.
Aged and decrepit.
Bob, that's
Someone-
just you.
um, unable, yeah,
Okay,
somebody who's stuck at home. Yeah,
not stuck, but I like homebound. Yes, thank you for that.
yeah, I don't know.
A moment of education for me.
Yes, yes. Um,
It was interesting, it changed from any store near you to specifically Visa cards at Giant.
mm-hmm. Yep. And why is 3 uppercased? And
Mm.
yeah, like there's some, why isn't there space and things after the sentence? You know? And I don't know how many people sign their name after every text message.
Yeah.
Um, but yes. Um, I find it interesting the person who responded went, "Are you sure? You sure you're reaching out to the right person about this?" Uh, yeah.
Yeah, and she doesn't doesn't want the cards at church.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she wants to get your address too, or the person wants to get your address.
Right. And this particular member lives about 40 minutes away from the church. So it's not a, 2-minute drive. It would really be out of Leah's way to go to her house
And that person pointed that out. It was an
later on.
emergency that Leah had to get them right away,
Mm-hmm.
but she's willing to make a 40-minute trip to pick them up.
Yes. Yes.
In which case, Leah could have gone to the store and bought them herself
Right.
at
Mhm,
the nearby Giant.
mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I don't see any church member ever going to somebody's house to pick up gift cards or anything that's immediate or time sensitive. They'd be calling if they need stuff.
And maybe one of the biggest is we know that church staff would never ask for gift cards like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would be we want gift cards for a specific nonprofit and bring them to the church, but like the Advent giving tree. But yes. Um anyway. Yes.
But the person picking them up, supposedly Leah,
Mm-hmm.
is going to reimburse in cash.
Why can't you just give the cash to the home? Yeah.
Yeah,
Homebound.
and so that would, if it's somebody that you know, you would trust them coming to the house, even though a lot of other things are suspicious, but wonder what that person really had in mind
Mm-hmm. Yep.
when he or she gets to the house.
Oh, I mean, they got the cards, right? They got them
Yes.
digitally, so they didn't need to go to the house.
Right. So they ask you later, when we get here, we've bought them, thank you. Um,
That's not signed.
And I think one of them had Harakovic spelled wrong too.
Hmm.
But unwrap the cars and send me pictures front and back. So she doesn't even need to come in person. She can just digitally use the credit card or the gift cards.
And the scammer didn't actually ask for the person's address, did they? Didn't that person just volunteer it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because the person believed it was Leah. Um, and again, the person's like, they hit me at the right moment. You know, like I should have caught it, but I was busy running around doing other stuff and I wasn't thinking, which
Yep.
so they can just get
Easy
you
to happen.
at a bad moment or whatever it might be. Um, but yeah, whenever people want gift cards sent to you, that's a red flag. Or your receipt.
Mm.
Yep.
I was puzzled by the gift cards. Was something cut out of them on the barcode?
Right
Or was-
here.
Yeah, and or on the right, there's one on either end.
So what I think it is this card. Oh, you can't see my finger. This card was in this slot right here,
Oh,
and this is the bit of the number in that slot. So when it
okay.
and at the register, um, it
When
can
it's in, that the whole thing's there.
yes.
Okay,
I believe that's what
that
it
makes
is,
sense. That makes sense.
which makes it difficult for the scammer because then they have to be like, okay. Um, but um, um, but yes, the person finally caught the red flags when they wanted more
Wow.
cards. Then they were like, wait.
Mhm.
Um, so
I
yeah.
just now noticed the time, like it's 7:07 on that one. What time did this all start?
Um, 11:18 a.m.
Wow.
Mm.
And she got started the conversation back at 3:15.
Okay, there's quite a thread there of email exchanges
Mm-hmm.
over a period of time. Is there any way that the person could have gotten on the phone and say, I'm being scammed here? And is there any way to track? I mean, this person is spending a lot of time
Yep.
trying to scam this person.
Yep. Um, well, and obviously they are scamming multiple people at the same time, right? So, um, that's their life. But the congregant in that this happened to ended up calling the police, you know, and saying this is happening. They came to her house and walked through it and took, you know, a report. But you know, it's not like it's a local person that they can track. It's not in like Chester County, you know, system or Pennsylvania even. Um, so they really couldn't do anything other than to take a report. And they called Leah the next day and asked for a statement. So, and this person never got their money back. So, and the police are like, yeah, we can't really help you other than to, you know, document this.
So phone calls can't be traced with cell phones the way they used to be able to do with landlines. Is that
So
correct?
they can trace them,
Mhm.
but with VPNs and different things, it could say that you're in Chicago when you're in China or
Mhm.
Europe,
Mhm.
right? So, you know,
So
yes,
it's not effective. It's not.
it might not necessarily
Yeah.
be where you say you're going to be.
Mm.
The technology's gotten that much better. Um, and cell phones in particular, I know like police really prefer you to call them on landlines because each department has a harder time tracking cell phone locations. It takes them longer than a landline. Um, they pretty much know instantly where you are on a landline, but
Mm.
cell phones, not so much. So there are some people I know who have landlines specifically for that purpose. Um, but
So what are your thoughts about how this person got selected? Like, did this person get a copy of our directory?
I think,
Especially if they're not even, I mean, who knows if they're local or not, but
mhm. I think their number was listed in the news and events in the bulletin. The
ooh,
two people that sent the screenshots were both listed in the bulletin as contact people recently.
Oh,
yeah, that's
Um,
too weird to be a
and so
coincidence.
contact person, here's your email and address. And that gets uploaded to the bullet if you for those live streaming. So that's a conversation we as a staff need to have. Do we, you know, stop putting that information? And even, somebody could physically walk in the building and pick up a bulletin and go home and do this. Um, so um, that's that's a concern too. You would hope that people are trustworthy and wouldn't do that at a physical location, but it's a possibility, unfortunately. So,
much less likely than catching it when it's posted online.
mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
But if you no longer give it in the bulletin or online, then I'm gonna get a lot more Nancy Tuttle calls.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. It it's a larger conversation that needs to be had. Um, but that seems to be where it's coming from. Um,
Mm.
at least this time. We have not had anybody hack into our database at this point. We've had people try to. They've reached out to Barb or Jenny and said, I lost my password for, Realm. Can you please send it to me? And they're like, no, this is a fake person um, that wants access to our database. So,
Mm.
yeah, scary
Well,
world.
they still can get it from the latest printed their directory, because those are still running around.
Mm-hmm. They haven't been updated recently, but yes, you're right.
Right.
Yeah. But good to be vigilant, good to be aware. I'm not super concerned about any of you.
You should be for some of us. There's a few here I'd worry about.
Shirley's not on.
Shirley,
Mm-hmm.
So you try to contact Lynn, and then you have to go to a second source and get the 6-digit code and
Mm-hmm.
put that in, and then the real Lynn will come.
Yes. Um, there's challenges with that too, right? Then it's more barriers for those. But I don't know if you've noticed with our new website, one of the things we did to avoid as much phishing as possible is we no longer list the staff's email addresses on the website.
Mm.
They're now embedded forms that you can click and send a message through the form. But it's not going to act, so it's a kind of extra step, extra barrier for folks to get through and get our stuff. It will send us, that form with your message, but that way they can't see Leah's address and try to create something similar to it.
I hadn't thought about that. There's sometimes when I'm trying to call a company or
Mhm.
business, and it is really, really hard to find anything other than just the form to send an email to them.
Mm-hmm. That might be the reason why, because that's why we did it for the church.
I'm wondering, yeah.
Yeah. It's not easy, unfortunately.
Phishing and scamming is lucrative, so people keep trying to do it.
I think it's easy money for folks. Just think they could do so much for good.
Yeah.